Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Alenville, and now we're going to continue on with our Danganronpa series. Last time we were in the class trial, and probably... yeah, how they got to the conclusion it's Peko, because he's stupid. I'm trying to tone down my Kazuchi hate. Of course not. Oh, yeah. Trustworthy. Because we actually like her? Excellent idea. We talked with you twice, and we came to the same conclusion that nobody can reach that circuit breaker. And Monokuma told us himself that he had to reinstate it. Tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout? Is that really what happened? No! This debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. Because the weak spots you've seen up to now are your spots, the blue-colored will be called the grease spots. For shooting at grease spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, fire the truth bullets that can prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, they become a logically sounding agreement. Isn't that a little hot in here? Of course it is. From now you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press start, as you can see the control. Good luck and have fun. And let's see. Okay. Oh.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible. Huh? Why is it impossible?
Switch up, I know.
Not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry. Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Just from listening to Tega's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony.
Since Peko was in the office,
Uh-huh.
she could have caused the blackout at any time.
Nope. You're right.
It's impossible.
Okay.
Huh? Why is it impossible? Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that. No, I think Peko is telling the truth.
She is.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
No, we're just not a complete moron.
It's nothing like that at all. Nikomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started.
Exactly.
And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Exactly.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Peko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
Yes.
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko.
Right.
I guess that would be true.
Yes.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
We talked about that one twice.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
Thank you, Mayuri.
She locked herself in the bathroom for that long? There's no doubt. It's shit.
Wow.
Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit you was taking a shit.
Girl.
Were you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
He's probably raised in the locker room, to be honest.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
talking about this and move on to something else.
Sounds nice.
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
Oh,
I said it's fine.
yeah.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something? As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, putting on the blackout.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
Okay, your nose is bleeding, man.
Seriously, stop it.
Exactly.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Mm.
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
He's asking a question. It makes sense.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
You're not in your element either.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
Laxatives?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Exactly.
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
Nobody can reach that freaking breaker. Okay, you have an excuse. You haven't seen the breaker, but everyone else, the breaker is fucking at the roof.
I see. That might have happened.
No. Question whether Pecco's stomach was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this try could drastically change. But it can't be out of one reason alone. And that's a simple reason, actually. There were other people who ate the food too, and weren't food poisoned.
Did you eat anything weird?
Nope.
I don't remember eating anything weird. Now that you mention it, you brought food to the office, right?
Exactly.
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Probably not.
Turtle cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that.
Hehe.
Laxatives would ruin the taste.
The Pecco's stomach aches was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. We need to clarify that first.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird. Now that you mention it, you brought food to the office, right?
Right, so yeah, she did.
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you?
Nope,
No, that's wrong.
it's wrong. You have an excuse, but it's still wrong.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall.
Exactly.
Because Pecco wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
Right.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
But you're sweating a lot, man.
I apologize for causing a scene. Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Whoa.
Here's this bickering.
Oh.
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Okay.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
Whoa.
Trashy skank?
Whoa. As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how the blackout occurred. Okay. Okay, there's not much in that list that makes sense out except that one.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Bop.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Nope.
Maybe they used a remote control?
Nope.
They probably messed with the breaker.
Nope.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters. Or maybe they caused a power surge?
Thank you. Somebody. Exactly.
Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Right.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
Exactly.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Whoa.
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
Okay, do you have something useful for me?
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
Okay. Let's see what kind of plates we have. AC timer. Yeah, the AC timer is it.
If the irons in the storage room caused the blackout, then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to this, and that means everyone who was in the dot when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
That's wrong.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
Exactly.
But the people in the dining hall, if the irons caused the blackout, then the killer had to go to the storage room before and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said? But the people in the dining hall, if the irons caused, then the killer had to go
Damn
to the
it, I
storage room
missed.
and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said? But the people in the dining hall, if the irons caused the blackout.
That's
Allow me to
second.
cut through those
Nope.
words.
Missed it twice.
The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger.
Exactly.
The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
Exactly.
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham Hands died around that time too.
Thank you, Madam Obvious.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout.
Yes.
I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out.
Mm-hmm.
So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
That's right.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout. Indubitably.
Okay.
Really? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Yeah.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it. Dun dun dun! Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
Whoa.
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Yeah.
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet!
Exactly.
Couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. Even so, still regret.
Okay.
I was in the office. I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
That's actually not right.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach.
Finally.
Setting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Right.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
Okay.
It's alright. You don't have to worry.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Whoa. Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe. Nagito? What happened to you?
He's crazy. He's nuts.
Huh? What do you mean? Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us. Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident.
Well.
For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it? right?
Exactly.
Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
Kinda.
He's just saying. After all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Actually we did.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Actually, I've been arguing with two, three people the whole time who are suggesting stupidity.
That's the truth.
Exactly.
Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer. You're changing your story again?
Yeah, Nagito is kind of weird sometimes.
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point.
Okay.
Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Not so sure.
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
No.
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you. You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's
Something wrong with you.
Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is.
Okay.
I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
Okay.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too. Please, take me home already.
No.
I want to go home and eat candy.
Oh.
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down.
Exactly.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Good joke, man.
Why did Byakuya die? Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
What's wrong?
Chiaki stuffs up.
I think...
That's wrong. I think. Maybe. Perhaps. To 30%?
Did you say something?
Yeah, she did.
We've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
Exactly.
You know who the killer is?
Yeah, fresh.
What? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Exactly.
Didn't we already cover that? They use glowing paint as a mark.
Right. But how did they place the knife beforehand?
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before? She's asking how the killer got close to that table. Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint in order to do that, they need to get close to that table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. Mayu's diagram might be useful.
Exactly.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Let's see. Byakuya is far away. The case is also far away. These are also, just as I thought, the diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. The killer is shown in this diagram. And the person, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. There's a lamp. Hey! And now I get to spot this. Look, there's a cable. Look, this could work.
The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
Exactly.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
Nope.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Not the desk lamp itself, but some components of the desk lamp. Because there's no need they use the desk lamp But they could have used the weight of their cell. Nope, the light bulb not used. Tablecloth also not possible. But the power cord.
With this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Exactly.
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right?
Right.
By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table and use the glowing paint to find the knife.
Exactly.
And there's only one person here.
Done that.
Who?
The only person who could have possibly done it. Nope. 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 You was it, of course. No. You can also not possible. Could have probably even moved this direction. Let's see too. Nope. 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 Nagito is it?
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Of course it was.
Me?
Don't act so panicky.
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito.
Exactly.
That's just a coincidence.
I need to turn that off again. It's stupid me. Anyway. Perfect timing here right now. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna move on in the next episode straight up. And look how it moves forward. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. And anything else there's left to say is love, love, and